Welcome back, Timekeepers. The Reverse 999 Assassin's Creed collab is going live, and I have to say, I have played through it. You see Ezio over here in his complete aura farming mode as an assassin. I've completed this entire quest, and I read the story. I've done all the extra stages. I farmed this mini game that we have over here, and overall, I just want to say that this is the best, and I mean the best collab that I have played this year. Now, I have played 4 collabs in total. I've played the Ark Knights Dungeon Meshi collab. I've played the FGO with the FGO Arcade collab. I've played the Star Rail and Fate collab. And then I'm playing this one. And out of all of them, this one, the Reverse 991, captures the essence of what they're collabing with. Like, it is just, ingrained into this entire event, into this entire patch. The fight scenes, the UI, the combat, the damage numbers, everything, the music. It is absolutely phenomenal. Like, the amount of effort that they have put into this event. Like, even if you go on to the main event page, you can hear the Ezio theme. You hear the iconic assassin theme. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. That is phenomenal. I think only FGO Arcade did that, the FGO collab, but they collab with themselves, so it's kind of like, it's in-house. Alright, talking about the story in general, as a person who has, I'm not going to stay on the event page for long because, I do not know whether the copyright might hit me. I mean, Ezio's team is famous, and I'm pretty sure that, Ubisoft won't be mad and evil, but it's Ubisoft, so I'll, cannot risk it. So I'm going to stick with the space team, Cosmic Overture. We still love Hisabel, but I will be going back and forth between the event and all. Now, I've read the entire story. Now, as a person who has not, played Assassin's Creed 2, I do know a bit about, the synchronization stuff, the animus stuff, and whatever happens. I've seen the cutscenes, I've read the story, and as a person who has not witnessed Ezio's story, this was actually a really nice way of telling us who he is as a character. Like, I was not left in the dark. I was not like, okay, this happened and this happened. I was like, okay, this makes sense, and this is perfectly told. Like, even if you have no idea what Assassin's Creed is, you can still play through the event and not be lost. Obviously, you will miss out on some of the Easter eggs that are in this game, especially related to dialogues. Like, there's this one dialogue at the end which I only know about because I was before this collab happened, I was going through the story stuff and I was just seeing cutscenes and all, and it was just fabulous. But towards the end, I can't fast forward it, so I'm just gonna tap really quickly through it, but I'm gonna talk over it. Towards the end, what happens is you have this really nice callback to the opening scene of Assassin's Creed 2, and it was nostalgic. Like, as a person who has experienced Assassin's Creed through YouTube, because I wasn't I was barely, I think I was 8 or 9 years old when that game came out, so I wasn't really allowed to play that game, but still masterful. The background that they've applied, it is very reminiscent of the Venice of Florence, of the map that is present in Assassin's Creed 2. And like I said, I have seen gameplay. And I have read and seen some parts of the story. Now I'm just going to cut forward here to whenever the part comes, and then I'm going to continue further about the event.
It is a good life we lead, brother. The best. May it never change. and may it never change us.
All right, you see the callback. The callback was phenomenal. It was like, I've never played the game. I've only seen that video on YouTube, but still, I felt really happy, like, hearing that line. And it was nice, like, it was very nice the way that they wrote Ezio in this story, the way that they incorporated the entire Assassin Templar conflict in reverse 1999's lore. Like, there's no mention of the Storm, there's no mention of Timekeepers, there's no mention of Arcanum. It's a pure Assassin versus Templar story. Wharton has been working with Ezio. The apple, our apple, is apparently the apple, the piece of Eden, the golden apple. And the way that they, like, the thought that has gone into it is magnificent. And it's only just part 1. We have Kassandra and Alexios' story left, which is coming in part 2. And that's the one that I will be able to, like, find Easter eggs and references, because I have played Odyssey to the death. Like, I think I've played it for over 300 hours. I played 300 plus hours of Odyssey. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. It's alright. Apart from that, they also had a mini game. And the mini game is so cool because it, like, makes you feel like an assassin. It's not like, your usual combat minigame. It's a mix of everything that they have. So, like, you have maps. This is probably the map of Assassin's Creed 2 that you can explore. I know that it was set in Italy, and you could explore Venice and Florence in Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Revelations, I think. I'm not sure, but I know for sure that in Assassin's Creed 2 you could explore Venice. So you have the maps over here, and you can choose your own characters. Now they have Ezio, obviously, but then you have other characters who take on different roles, and you can make them work like assassins. You have this really nice gimmick, like, I can't show you because I've already completed it, but you have fighting stages, which is kind of like, you go guns blazing when you enter a fight in Assassin's Creed. Then there's assassin mode, where, you can jump on rooftops, you can perform leaps of faith, you can climb up on, I don't know, cliffs or edges, and then, air assassinate people, or backstab, assassination. There are a lot of assassination types. You can just, enter a joint attack. Now, the other thing unique about these minigame stages was that, after doing all the combat, after gathering all the data, you could also level up your Villa Auditore, which means, like, you get extra buffs when you do those minigames. So it's kind of like a miniature RPG sort of stuff that you usually find in Assassin's Creed games. I mean, like, it was there from the very first game. I remember in Assassin's Creed 3 you had some sort of skill tree, and it's just, it's a nice callback to everything. And but the best part about this is that, when you defeat these enemies, when you do assassination stages, when you unlock data entries, it actually brings out clips, photos, pictures, what do you want to call it, from Assassin's Creed 2. It's not like, an entire original artwork in reverse 999 art style. No. It's Ezio from AC2, from Assassin's Creed 2. It's the same model, it's the same design. You have extra stories regarding him, like, if somebody wants to read it. And this is probably where the Easter eggs and sorts comes in. It's like, it's a love letter to all the fans of Assassin's Creed 2. And it is just magnificent. Like, you see all these clips. So people who have definitely played it can remember certain scenes, like, oh yes, I remember this happened. Or, oh yes, oh wow, they actually paid attention. Like, you can see Leonardo da Vinci here. And Da Vinci, they incorporated his character into the event story. Magnificent. I mean, like, Leonardo da Vinci, amazing. It is hands down the way that they incorporated the story, truly a blessing in disguise. Like, there was absolute love for the game. And also, see, you have all these screenshots, that are most definitely from the game, because you have those model designs, you have that very 2000ish lighting that you used to see in video games, where everything was not HDR or 4K or 1440p. It was just your good old 720p 1080p stuff. It was amazing. And then you have the culture, you see, Da Vinci, the model is amazing. The carnival, the doctors, it's very unique. It is very unique. And through this you can see, you can see how much love that they put into it. And that's not it. You can also modify your assassins, you can keep unique weapons on them. You can modify your entire assassin group, entire assassin brotherhood, your creed basically. And you have a lot of varieties. You have guards, you have scholars. Brilliant, right? It was the way that they incorporated this mini game. It wasn't necessary. It was not necessary at all. They could have pulled a Star Rail-esque collab with giving us the bare minimum. The bare minimum being a 3 hour of crappy story and the most boring event endgame in existence, the mini game stuff. But they didn't. They went hard. They went super hard. They even went so hard that they made an entire endgame mode, the mains bulletin, which is always part of the endgame for each version. They have two unique bosses, one for the Kassandra episode and then one for the Ezio episode. So you have two different unique endgame bosses to to go full in on the vibe of Assassin's Creed. And it's not only that. It is not only that. The combat, they have worked the combat to look like, it give it a complete assassin vibe. It's got a nice logo change. It has the damage numbers. It has the Assassin's Creed logo on every damage number, which is absolutely cool.
I like that.
You're also fighting a Templar here, which is insane. Talking about Ezio in general, Ezio as a character is phenomenal. And even as a playable character, I'm not talking about him as the video game character. As a playable character in Reverse 99, I think he is one of the most strongest characters in the game right now. I don't know, I generally use Lucy a lot, but he is proving to be insanely strong. This man is doing 20k, 30k per hit damages, Genesis damages with his poison stuff. And he has basically made my Willow completely useless. Like I invested in this woman because I loved the poison team. I have Tuesday. I mean, I like the poison team. And this dude just annihilates everybody. Like everybody, boss, no boss, afflatus advantage, disadvantage. He does not give a damn. He is an assassin and he will go full on and kill everybody. The other cool thing is his gimmick. Now, in other assassins, in other Reverse 99 characters, you usually have light cubes, or you have Euphoria systems. Euphoria basically being the buff system. So, where's that? So you can see you have Euphoria and your light cube, Psy cubes, and that is it. But Ezio, being a collab character, gets a unique attack style. Like his ultimate is not charged by Moxie, which is the energy of this game. It's charged by something like, I think, synchronization. So when you get the max synchronization points, he does an automatic ultimate which counts as a follow-up attack. So you can pair him up in either poison teams or in follow-up teams, which is multi-purpose. And then you have this. You can switch his weapons. So if you want a certain ultimate for a certain team, like let's say I'm playing poison team with Tuesday and Willow and Sotheby. So I can choose weapons that are effective in prolonging poison or enhancing the poison damage. But if I'm doing something other, like an extra action or some other type of team, I could probably switch the weapon. I mean, it's versatile. It's versatile because you already have the resonance system to make him versatile. And then you have other types of weapons. It is insane. It is absolutely insane. I have no idea what they're cooking for Kassandra, but if it's anything like Ezio, it's going to be really, really cool. And then obviously you have Alexios also coming up, which, I mean, I don't really give a damn about Alexios because he was my demos. I played Kassandra, so yeah. I did save him though. I did save him in my run. Nobody died. The family was united in my Assassin's Creed Odyssey gameplay file. I'm not a bad person. I want a united family. But overall, this part 1 has completely blown my mind. Even the banner system that you think about it, 100 pulls guarantees you the collab character. It's not 120 like Arknight's True Limited banners. It's not like Star Rail, which still has 50-50, and there is no guarantee system. Like, like let's say you do 50 pulls or 100 pulls on the Saber banner and you are guaranteed Saber irrespective of whether you lose or win 50-50. Nope, that doesn't exist over there because Hoyoverse, even though they earn a ton of money, are still hungry for it for some reason. This game, 100 pulls, 1 Ezio guaranteed. After that, like, it's not just stuck to 100. After that, every 60 pulls you get another copy of Ezio for 4 times. Which is insane because if you factor in the 50-50 wins and losses, you could essentially get P5 Ezio if you had, like, been saving for quite some time. I have P1 and I just, saved for 2 months. So it was insane. It was absolutely insane. Like, the amount of effort, the amount of love that they have put into this collab. Dungeon Meshi was nice with Arknights. They had a unique boss. FGO and FGO Arcade was very good because they introduced a new class for a servant, and I just, it was a fan favorite servant. This game took one of the most beloved franchises in the world, the most recognizable video game franchises ever, and just collabed with the most iconic assassin, with the most iconic Assassin's Creed game of modern generation, Odyssey. For better or worse, it is quite famous. And they nailed it. They nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. You also get Ezio's Psy Cube for free because, you can buy it by playing the event. That's another thing that I like about this game is that, you can get almost every character's Psy Cube. So it's not like Star Rail where, 50-50 this, 50-50 that. And now I'm sure it jumps to 1476 right here when you open this event. I'm 100% sure that when the Greek version drops, it will jump back to, I think, 531 BC or something, whenever Odyssey was set. So overall, amazing. Like, it's insane how Hoyoverse can't do this when they earn, I think, 10 times the money of what Reverse earns. And I really like that Ezio speaks Italian. I absolutely love it. I love this. I mean, I'm pretty sure his voice actor is not the same as the one from the video game, but it is still, he's done a very good job. And I rarely, like, I'm fond of male gacha characters. Like, very rare. There are a few exceptions. In Genshin, I usually pull for everybody, but apart from that, in other games, I don't really aim for them unless it's like, FGO or Genshin. But in this one, this dude has made me, like, I just wanted him, and I'm just so happy. So that being said, this is just part 1 of the review. Part 2 of the review will drop when Kassandra drops. So until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon whenever Kassandra drops, because I will be covering this entire event in parts. So until then, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support me and have a great day. Goodbye.